All right, so let's get started. So we were stuck at uh, nested searches, and I guess it's really needed within first week of October. We also have to complete because from the first week of October itself, uh, the trainings for one of the corporate is starting at Searche. So it is spread across the whole month, and it starts from morning 9 a.m. That I have to go on site. So whatever we have to try to do, we have to bit expedite, or else during weekends is where we need to spend an additional time. Right, so let's start with the nested search for the weekend batch. So let me just come down. Okay, so for weekend batch, we covered and or not on Google. Then we covered in URL, in text, in title, then asterisk, dot, around, ext, file type, site, all those operator. Any doubts, any confusion on this operator and or not on LinkedIn as well as Google? Then in URL, in title, in text, asterisk, dot, around, ext or PDF, I would say, and then the operator site. Any doubts on these basic operators? Are we good?
Yeah, yeah, it is good.
Okay. Now moving on to the next, where we mentioned about uh, coming up with the nested searches. And apart from nested searches, did we also cover for the CSS? I think we have covered a couple of people from weekend batches has shared the CSS also. So though it is not recorded over here, but CSC also pretty much we covered. Anyone from weekend batch say no that we haven't covered CSC, creating a Google CSC? Mukesh?
Hi, Shiv. Tell me.
Yeah, Ravi, Mukesh, we covered, right?
CSC we
Yes,
have
we
covered.
covered it. Yes, CS is
In
covered.
the weekend batch. So it's though
Yes,
it's not
yes.
recorded, but we have pretty much covered in detail how to go about the creating a Google CSS. Now coming to the nested searches.
Chip, can you please share this document link? Because we don't have access to this.
Which one? You have access to the other docs, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Weekday
but
or
you're
weekend?
typing here, no, right now.
Weekday.
So I thought,
No, no, this is pretty much same. That's fine. What is nested searches? Otherwise, you'll get confused. It's basically a Boolean where we only Okay, it's basically a Boolean where we do not nest only while using or, but also while using and. So how do we nest by using and also? So let's say I just take an example of a pretty open-ended use case of a software engineer. So people write software engineer in a 10 different format. So this pretty much we covered in the last week, a live LinkedIn session also. But again, we'll cover it again quickly. So let's say I want to write a various titles of a software engineer. So people write software engineer, software developer, software programmer, software engineer, software developer, software programmer, and let's say what else? With spelling mistake, people also write with spelling mistakes sometimes, and you would be really amazed to see the data of a spelling mistake searches and software engineer. Then apart from software, people write staff engineer. Then apart from this, people write software development engineer. Then again, spelling mistake. So software engineers, software developers, software programmers, software engineer, again spelling mistake, staff engineer, spelling mistake, staff programmers, staff developers, then software development engineer, and then software development engineer, staff development engineer. And then people write member of technical staff. Then
SWE.
people write some short forms, or just technical staff.
SWE.
Then now coming back to the jargons and the short forms. People write SDE, then people write SWE. Also, people write SW engineer, SW developer, SW programmer. Okay, SDE, SWE, then MTS, SMTS, then Coda, then Coding Ninja. What else? SDE, SWE, MTS, SMTS, then Coda, Coding Ninja, or anything code people might write. Okay, so I'll just take a pause here. So how many? One, two, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and many. Okay. It goes, the list can go up to 30, 35 also, if we actually try to identify. Like SSC is also one among them. Then senior software engineer is one among them. Then senior software developer.
We can add principal engineer.
Absolutely. Senior software programmer. Then principal engineer. Principal developer. Principal programmer.
Application developer.
Application developer, application engineer, application programmer, all those things. But application will keep aside for now. Okay. So many. The list goes beyond. And when we try to give all these things in a form of operator in a LinkedIn.com, it will immediately say, no, that's not accepted because I will accept only up to 5 operator and a 6 keyword in a free version of LinkedIn.com. Even in LinkedIn Recruiter also, if you give senior software engineer or software engineer, it will suggest some 20, 25 from the drop down. You can select all, but that functionality is available in LinkedIn Recruiter. But also, even though that functionality is available on LinkedIn Recruiter, but there's also something called in Recruiter Lite also or Recruiter also, there's something called over there. Instead of giving a title and picking up the title from the drop down, you can also select a nested search over there. You can also select a Boolean over there. So let's say now these 20 searches. Okay, let's take these searches first. How many are this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So these 23 titles, when I write in a or, okay, so it goes with up to 22 operator and 23 keywords. And it becomes really difficult for a LinkedIn to process because, again, as a free version of a LinkedIn, it will give us only 5 operator and a 6 keyword. So how will I go about it? How will I actually break the code over here? That's where the nested search comes up with the magic over here. So now let's say I'll take the most common words like software, staff, SW, and principal in one set. Software or staff or let's say principal. Software or staff or principal. And now I'll go with and engineer or programmer or developer. Okay. So here, what I'm doing, I'm trying to see if I've done a justice for this or by closing with the bracket. Again, I'll see if I've done a justice for this or by again closing with the bracket. And if both are fine, then I'll say, let me tie a Mangal Sutra in between both of you. So whatever the common, I'll consider it as a female gender. And again, another common, I'll consider it as a male gender. And with the power of nested, that is nothing but with the power of Mangal Sutra, we're tying them together. That is this bracket, opening and closing. That's basically 3 knots of Mangal Sutra. So we put it in the brackets like this, and we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 operator we have used. So we just take this, come to LinkedIn. Let's search for Java. Young people. Then go to all filters. Scroll down and again in title. And we know that just in case if one single operator is also incorrect, if one single format of the search string is incorrect, LinkedIn will not give us a search results. So I'll say show results. See? I think I'll go up to on the terrace. It's nice. Okay. So here we have a search results. So let's see. I'll give a location. Let's say Karnataka. So 1,24,000. So this is my terrace, guys. This is where I generally sit and work after 3, 4 o'clock during the evening, but it's cool today.
This is lovely.
Huh?
This is lovely.
Thank you so much.
You get the Wi-Fi there?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, okay.
I have two chargers, one down, one up, and the third one is in my bag. So whenever I travel, I just have to pack my laptop and keep it inside. But otherwise, I kept one charger here, one charger over there, from where I generally take meetings and sessions. From here also, I generally keep taking, but recently I have not been taking. But yeah, today it's not raining, it's cool. So I just thought, okay, fine, let me just come up. It's
Steve,
natural. Huh?
Steve, now we know how you are creative in question paper and testing and all. You are so creative. Nature makes
You
you
want to see?
creative.
Yeah, nice. Trees are there.
Yeah.
So I keep generally talking to trees, talking to birds. So sometimes I take classes from here as well. So I don't
Awesome.
know, it's sunny little, so you might not be able to see. You can just get into the
Dedicated to nature, Shiv.
Huh?
You're dedicated to nature.
Yes.
Let me visit Bangalore next time, Shiv. I will be visiting your place for sure.
Please do come. Please do come. That's reason in our COVID friends group also I mentioned I invited everyone.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
All right. So that's about my terrace. But yeah, coming back to a nested search. So what we have done here is basically we selected the most common words. Okay, like software, staff, or principal. And then engineer or programmer or developer. And we were in the limit of that 5 operator and 6 keyword. So instead of giving at least 15, if not all 20, at least 15, instead of giving 15 keyword and 14 operator, we simply broke down into the most simplest search where we used software or staff or principal and engineer or programmer or developer. And we have knot them together with the help of double quotations, even with the and. So first rule of or whenever we use or, we are using bracket to nest it to make it a set. But can we also use bracket while using and? In the very beginning of the session, I said, yes, there's a possibility, but I'll not cover now. I'll cover on a later date when it is required. And yes, this is the time where it is required. Yes, even for and also we can use brackets when we want to tie them together. Okay. So that's where it shows software engineer or software programmer or software developer, staff engineer, staff programmer or staff developer, principal engineer, principal programmer, principal developer. It could be reverse also. Developer software, developer staff, developer principal, engineer software, engineer staff, engineer principal, programmer software, programmer staff, programmer principal. So it is more or less like, let's say, um, when the couple gets married and when you appear for any function, it's not necessary that both are appearing always together. Wife can appear first, then husband can appear, or only wife can appear, or only husband can appear, or husband can appear first, then wife can appear later. Cool. So that's a couple software engineer for us, where we are getting software engineer as it is, or software engineer sometimes, or software programmer, or software developer, or vice versa. But now we have a couple of bachelors also over here. Bachelors are like SDE, SWE, SSC, MTS, SMTS, Coder, and all. So let's make one set which is for a dedicated for a bachelors, because we don't want to give up. We want to search all the candidates as much as possible. So who are writing with this single stuff or some unique words? Coding Ninja, definitely. A bachelor, I'll call them. Okay. So all these are married couple software engineer and all these are bachelor software engineer. Now we don't want these bachelors to also to go out of our search. So either I'll run one particular search for a bachelor and one search for a couples, but we can also nest that together, but we have a limitation and we'll also cover how do we overcome that particular limitation. So let's say SDE or SWE or SSE or MTS or SMTS or Coda or Coding Ninja. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's keep Coding Ninja for aside for now. Okay, so I just use this. Come here. Instead of this, I go with this. Okay, so we have 6,200 result over there. So let's again come back. Again, let's mix this also. All right. Now, we have this one set. So now, we have this couple set and we have this bachelor set. Now I'm saying I want to search both. Either I want a couple set or either I want a bachelor set because I'm a recruiter and I'm not biased based on a gender. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll put one or in between and I'll do a justice to this or and I'll say close the bracket and open the bracket. Thumb rule of or, wherever there is or, I'm using bracket. Okay, but now in LinkedIn, it is going beyond 5 operator and 6 keywords. So what I'll do, let me just scroll down a bit. Take this. I'll go to Notepad. So every keyword, I'll put it in the double quotations to overcome the limitation of a search operator. Every keyword, I'll put in a double quotations. And what are the space before or is there, that space remains as it is. And space after or goes off. So what are the space before or is there, that space remains as it is. Space after or goes off. So what are the space before or remains as it is, space after or goes off. Even it's a similar case for and, but it is, we are using between 2 brackets. So I'll just keep it as it is for now. But what are the, every keyword gets into the double quotation and what are the space before or remains as it is and space after or goes off. So these are also for now, I'll just keep it as it is. Then what, so what are the coming into the brackets, whatever the things coming in a bracket, all those things, every keyword I'm giving in a double quotations and what are the space before or remains as it is and space after or goes off. As our, we have an exception on a LinkedIn only. So that's reason like I'm just covering this right away here. Okay. So space before or remain as it is, space after or goes off. This double quotation format is wrong. I'm recorrecting it. That's reason couple of people couldn't answer or many or most of them by the way answered correctly in level 2 assessment where the double quotation format was not correct. All right. So every keyword we give in a double quotations and space before or remains as it is and space after or goes off. And then I just go here, copy the string, come. Again, I just come here. So 6,200 earlier had 1,20,000 something, 24,000 or something. Now let's see how much. And as we know, even one single error, LinkedIn will not give us a results. So 1,29,000 altogether, where we have a altogether coming in with software engineer, which are basically a couple software engineers, and SDEs, which are basically a bachelor's. I'll just go to last result of the last page and see the relevancy. How relevant is it? So again, software engineer, software engineer, software engineer, software engineer, software engineer, software engineer, software developer, software engineer, software engineer, software engineer, software engineer, software engineer. Even the last page of the results, we have much relevant results. So that's the power of nested search. Instead of writing, instead of writing these many 20, 30 keywords, we have just broke down into the most simplest one. How many? One. So 5 here. Maximum 10 operators we have used. And another thing. Now, when we are using nested search, okay, what are the and is there? If you shoot that and also, no problem. You can remove that and completely, but or has to be there. You can remove that and completely because if you remove or, then it becomes and. Okay, it will understand it as a and. So to make engine to understand as a and, sorry, as a or, we have to keep or. But otherwise, we can shoot this and completely. Take this, copy it, come here, go here. Okay, same result. We have 1,29,000. All right, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any questions? Similarly, we have looking for new opportunity. This last night I was building while I was building a CSC for hiring a director for Warner Brothers, but SRE director basically. So that's where I was giving some keywords. But now this is something looking for new opportunities or looking for new opportunities, everything. So space before or remained as it is, space after or went off. And every single phrase, whatever I gave, that was in a double quotations. So I was running the searches on LinkedIn. So I just take this. So here also how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Okay, we can use this nested search in LinkedIn Recruiter version as well, right?
LinkedIn Recruiter not required now. You already have higher limit.
Oh.
But nested search you can use in LinkedIn for sure. So there must be some error, some minor error that we have missed it. Even last night also the results weren't coming with this. Let me just check till here first.
How many operators we can put in this?
You can go up to with this kind of a trick, you can go up to 50 keywords. Not 50 exactly, 45, 46 keywords.
Okay.
So yeah, 1,500 results, actively seeking all those kind of results. Immediate joiner, open for new opportunities, seeking full-time opportunities, actively looking for. Let's go to the last page. Immediate joiner, open to work, actively looking for. Immediate joiner, looking for new opportunities, looking to enhance. If not 100%, but at least worst case, we have 60 to 70%. Even last result of the last page also says that looking for new opportunities. So that's absolutely for free of cost what is available for us, which is compared to LinkedIn Recruiter too. Okay, now similarly, I'll use this nested search. Now I'll tell you what's the power of nested search. Okay, first I'll take a pause here. Any doubts, any confusion on how do we build nested searches? First, try to see if you have justified,
Shiv,
if you have
can
just,
you share the link for weekend batch in doc? Because it will be a reference point.
I'll do that.
Shiv,
Okay.
have a question, because you already gave the CSC in Google. There are so many keywords we can give. How much useful in LinkedIn?
Your voice
It
is
will,
little low, Ganga.
what I'm asking is maybe silly, I don't know, but my question is, with the Google CSC custom search engine, we are giving a number of keywords and we are getting the good results. So, but why we are using for the LinkedIn? Why we have to use the LinkedIn? We are getting the same result in this CSC also, right?
See, in LinkedIn, we're directly searching. When we are searching on LinkedIn, again, we are searching directly on LinkedIn. That's a direct search on LinkedIn. In case if you do not wish to, then you can always create a CSE. So all these are alternatives for it. Good to know.
Okay, thank you.
Shiv, a quick
Hmm.
question. This string, the married couple wala string, is this
Okay.
covering member of technical staff or technical staff?
That we have not covered. So let's say member of technical staff, we can add it here.
Okay.
Or just say if
Sh-
you add technical staff also, it will cover all member of technical staff, senior member of technical staff, everything.
Shiv, while removing the space after or, like, what is the logic behind that?
That is a bug in a backend. So uh, basically coders got it and that's how it is. So logically, if you need to understand, it's something like it's programmed in that way in a backend that to understand or when there is a space and when there is a space before and after or understand the brackets, understand the and. So the code has written with some logic. And uh, if if we have to break that logic, this is now a bug. Okay, the code is written with such logic that it is understanding operators and keywords in such a way that if it is given like this is how the algo is reading. This is how the system is reading. But code forgot to write a logic. If someone writes something like this, you shouldn't be giving a results. So that code forgot to do it. But yes, with the same logic, it's still making a logic that coder actually debugged it. That this is how we can actually overcome the limitations, and that's how it is. And if LinkedIn wanted to change that now, it's a way lot of work for them. They cannot really break that even for a second. So till the time it is working, use it. If the day when it stops, it's it's gone. But otherwise, it's existing from quite some time now.
Got it, got it. Thank you, Shiv.
Okay, so first thing to debug our nested search, what we're trying to do,
And
first we're
Shiv,
trying to
one more
understand.
thing, Shiv, one more thing, after this first thing, why we are not adding ad?
Again, bug of a LinkedIn that we can also remove and still that space would be understand as a and.
Okay.
Okay, but wherein for the or it is not the case. It has to be there or. That's the reason I was actually in the beginning. Okay, when we are using and when we are using or, we were actually trying to read the URLs how exactly this and or are interpreting while the search is executed. After the search is executed, how this and or not are interpreting in the URL forms. If you remember that one, then you will have an answer for this. This is why the reason I was taking you that time, even though it was and or not very easy to understand. But now you know the depth of it, why we were going that depth that during that time.
Shiv, even when we are searching in LinkedIn, when we move out of 7 or 8 keywords or an operators, then can we use the same trick? Not only for nested
It is a
search.
LinkedIn trick. It's a LinkedIn trick. It's not other sites.
Yeah, that's what it's not just limited to nested search. Even in a normal search, we can when we are using 8 to 9 keywords or operators, we can use this trick of or without giving space.
Only in LinkedIn.com.
Yeah.
Only in LinkedIn.com you can use in combination of or, where you remove the space before or, space after or remains as it is, and every keyword gets into the double quotations. Only in LinkedIn.com.
Okay. So the double
Yes.
quotation is even for a single keyword, it is
Even
mandatory.
for a single keyword.
Okay.
Now you'll know why we're covering in the beginning itself, though it was and or not so easy to cover. You would have uh, thought that why is she so simply diving into this thing when it is so simple to understand. We can understand within 10-15 minutes of time the importance of and or not, that and will get the results of both, or will get the results of either of the thing, and not will exclude. But now you will know the depth of it, why we were actually covering. Just give me a second.
Just a general question. Is everyone facing any issue in LinkedIn?
No.
So right now I performed a search. It said our problem.
Okay, so I have a two sets. This one and along with, okay, let's perform a search for this one first. I'll just search it over here. Okay, so wherever I use double quotations, that become percentage 22 here. Wherever we use double quotation, that become percentage 22. Space has become percentage 20 or remained as it is. And wherever we use double quotation, that become percentage 22. Okay. Here, space has become percentage 20. So percentage 22, in the second example, we did not use any double quotation. So percentage 22 is not there. But wherever we have a space, that has become percentage 20 or space percentage 20, because here we have given space before and after or. And closing bracket remained as it is. Closing and opening brackets remained as it is. Okay, so global search header, that's searching in a header, global search header, that's searching in a header. So let's say now I just click on people. So after clicking on people, this is for second search. Okay, after clicking on people, again the closing and opening brackets remains as it is. So it's a results all keywords. It's a results people and people folder. This has come. Again, the keywords are equal to all these things. So everything remains same. Here also, let's go to the people. Here also, everything remains same. It's just that instead of all, it become people over here because we are getting all results previously. Then when we clicked on people, this part has changed. Other than this people, rest everything remain same as it is. So wherever we use space, that has become percentage 20. Wherever we use double quotations, that has become percentage 22. And opening and closing brackets remained as it is. So now and, okay, here we used and then here also we used and. So and also remained as it is. Okay. Now in both the searches, let's remove, okay, and or also remained as it is. Okay, it did not interpret it with anything else. So let's remove and here. So with and without and, how many we have? This is with and. Some 11 lakh, sorry, 1 crore 14 lakhs. And without and, we have 1 crore 15 lakhs. So this and we have removed. I just take this search and come here. This is for simple search, right? Yeah, this is for simple search. Okay, so that and, so there was just the space. So that has become percentage 20. So here we removed and itself and there is one space. So that's where that's a percentage 20. And it's understanding it as a additional and. It's not really understanding is a additional something else, but it's taking as an additional and itself. And similarly here, so 1 crore 11 lakhs. Then let's remove and 1 crore 11 lakhs. Now, why is the difference? In this search, we have 1 crore 11 lakhs, but wherein in this search, we have 1 crore 14 lakhs. There is still a difference of around 3 to 4 lakhs. And when I remove and, then the result is again increasing by 1 lakh or so. So what is the difference? Here, the difference is every keyword when we are giving in a double quotation, that is taking that keyword as it is as a strong command. Wherein in here, when we're giving every keyword just open-ended without any double quotation, it is also trying to understand some of the synonyms of it, some of the nuances of it, and trying to give that variation of around 3 lakh, but not too much. However, you'll not be able to see more than 1,000 results. If you search here, in one page, you have around 10 results and maximum 100 pages you'll be able to see. On LinkedIn will not allow you to view more than 1,000. Even LinkedIn Recruiter also, in one page, it will show you 25 results and it will show you up to 40 pages. Even LinkedIn Recruiter also will not allow you to view more than, what we say, 1,000 results. I'll come there when we're covering a LinkedIn in depth. But I'm coming back to the nested. I'll just take a pause. So even if you see the variations over here, after removing a and or after putting and, not much difference, hardly a difference of 1 lakh or something like that. And every operator, whatever we used, okay, has a meaning. Whenever we are using a double quotations over here in this search, every double quotation is interpreted as a percentage 22. Every single double quotation, opening quotation and closing quotation, or is interpreted as or itself, and is interpreted and itself. Opening bracket and closing bracket remain as it is. That means the searches in a backend also going as it is. But it's only that while building this programming, while coding for this, the logic has been written in such a way that to understand this and or not in such a way. But wherein they have forgot to write the logic, don't understand and or not when they give a space before and when they remove a space after and. But still, that is understanding. So here or, okay, so here or, before or, there is a percentage 22. Percentage 20 before or. Then here again, percentage 22 directly. Uh, for that particular double quotation. Same formula like and. The way and is working before removing and, like we removed and here. So when the and was there, then before and there was a space and percentage 20 was existing. And when we removed and completely, only percentage 20 came, but still it has started given a result. So similarly, going back this formula, let's remove a space before or and keep a space before after space. Let's keep space before or as it is, and let's remove the space after or. And when we did that, we still have the same interpretation of where is that or here. Okay. So percentage 22, engineer percentage 22, and again percentage 20, that is for the or. So here or remained as it is, then percentage 22, sorry, percentage 22 for the double quotation, or closing quotation, and percentage 20 is for the space, and then the or in between, again percentage 22. Don't get into too technicality of it, but just understand while you overcome the search limitation on LinkedIn, just try to give every single keyword in the double quotation so that it's becoming a strong command. And at the same time, the double quotation is understood as a percentage 22, even the closing or even the opening quotation. Space is understood as a percentage 20. And now when we remove completely and altogether, still it is taking percentage 20 and trying to give us a results over here, because this nest is playing a role over here. This main nest is playing a role over here. It is still saying no, within these two sets, club together and show the result. This nest is playing a main role over here. This nest is doing a justice to or. This nest is doing a justice to or. And this nest is saying no, get it clubbed together. And that's where even if we remove and while using nested searches, it still works because it is nested. All right. I'll just take a pause. Any doubts? Any questions?
So Shiv, I have a question here.
Mm-hmm.
While going with all these kind of permutation and combination,
Mm-hmm.
finally, which is the right approach to go with?
See, if you're breaking the rule of 5 operator, go with this.
Okay, okay, yes. Now this makes
If you're
sense.
within the rule, go with
Mhm.
normal searches.
Okay,
Two things. One, you're within the rule. One, you're out of the rule.
okay,
If you're going
okay.
with the rule, go with this. Out of the rule, that is also within the rule only. It's not that
Mhm.
it's not within the rule, but it's just that while creating the LinkedIn, the code has been written in such a way that they cannot change it now.
Sure. So nested search is basically the
Until they come
alternate
across
to
our video and see it multiple times and catch us and
no,
block my
no.
account, they won't be able to do anything.
Right, right. So Shiv, 6 keywords or 5 operators, it's better to go with the nested search to go with the free version of LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
Yes, got
If
it.
you're going
Okay.
free version of LinkedIn, now similarly, on a free version of LinkedIn, we'll come there LinkedIn. I'll not go now, but I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on nested searches? How exactly nested search works?
Shiv, a quick basic question here on the string that we have created, software or staff or principal here. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I see that we might get any random profile also. For example, software can be mentioned somewhere in their profile, and engineer
No,
can be
you will
their
not get random.
education.
No, you'll not get random. You have accurate results. Do the
No,
dot.
no. My question is, software can be mentioned somewhere in their profile, not exactly their software engineers, or they might be doing something else. Engineer can be their
No, that's the reason
education.
we mentioned that the title here.
Yeah.
Here in this example, just to see how exactly it is working, we have used it. But in
Mhm.
previous example, where we have mentioned the title. We have mentioned it
Okay,
here.
got it.
So let's say I just take this, Control F, Java. Then location I'll take, let's say Chennai. Let's say Java and SQL, 83,000. Location Chennai, all filter. Now this Java and SQL can be written anywhere.
Yeah.
It can be in title, it can be anywhere. It can be in skills, it can be in keywords, it can be anywhere.
Okay,
Okay.
I got it now. Yeah, I forgot that we mentioned in title.
Okay, then after that I come all filter and I run this in the title. 15,000 results.
Got it.
Okay, out of this 15,000 again, I just take this set and I'll go breaking the rule.
So this is looking for new opportunities. We are not searching in title, so we are just putting
It could be anywhere, yeah.
anywhere. Yeah.
There could be some error. So if it is not working, just try clearing everything and wait for some time and try once again. Sometimes LinkedIn kind of tracks it, but it will work pretty much. All right. So I'll come back to the LinkedIn part later, but nested search, any doubt or any confusion on nested search? How exactly it is working? Are we good?
Shiv, can you show us an example when we, search for a specific keywords using nested search?
Okay. While I was hiring for one of the directors, basically in a conversational AI space,
Mhm.
uh, while I was working at Twilio, and I wanted to hire a senior director who is again a director of directors.
Okay.
All right. And that too in a conversational AI space, that is in a contact center. So I had LinkedIn. So let me show you the example on LinkedIn itself. LinkedIn Recruiter basically. So I use it for some of the niche roles and for some US roles, some of the leadership positions. So I think I should clear my browsing history once.
Shiv, I want to mention out one thing here.
Mm-hmm.
While recruiting one of the leadership role with my previous stint in lending card, and it was again a leadership hire, and I used the same contact center Boolean and
Mm,
used it amazingly well. I happened to close that position within 30 days from Ola, head of contact center.
awesome. Mm. And you
So
know how niche the contact center is, and
exactly, exactly,
the
yes,
product management, director of product management in contact center, I hardly had less than 100 profiles.
correct. Agreed, Shiv. Yes,
Okay, but take a look at this magic.
yeah. So she basically shifted from Bangalore to Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad lending card head office, basically. Yeah. So that was a nice experience shift with that string.
I think Ola person, I also reached out, in fact.
Oh, is that so? But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did it in almost 1.5 year
See,
back.
barely
Yeah.
there were 70, 80 profiles. I could remember
Correct.
almost all of them to whom I reached out and had spoken to.
Yeah. 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 Correct. Correct. Yeah.
So you'll see the power of nested search now, what nested search can do for you. Okay, so let's say job title, I'll say director or VP or say head and product management. All right, I'll just go current or past. That's completely fine. Okay, location, I'll say India. That also current or past, completely fine. So 8.3K, but I only need from contact center domain. Okay, so I'll say contact center or conversational AI. All right, contact center or conversational AI. And we took director or VP or head and product management. We have around 162 profiles. All right. And I reached out almost to everyone, but I couldn't find the interested candidate or I couldn't find the people. I put few of the people into the interview process also, but they couldn't clear. 2, 3 interviews happened. They couldn't clear. And it's a leadership role, pretty much. If you see this, even pretty much this person is my hire. Even this person also we interviewed, but couldn't get through. So it was pretty difficult. Then after that, I read this contact center, what exactly contact center is, what exactly conversational AI is, what exactly does this conversational AI do, what exactly contact center would do. So how exactly people might write contact center and conversational AI without writing contact center and conversational AI. What are the other nuances that people might use? Sat for a couple of hours, understood in detail, in depth, and then came up with this nested search, one of the lengthiest Boolean ever in my life I created.
My
Okay.
God, this looks amazing.
Okay, so this is again one search, again another search, user, callback, customer, CTI, computer telephony, experience, interaction, time division multiplexing, internet protocol, caller account information, agent computer screening, customer info, automatic dialing, auto dialing, automatically call, auto call, omni-channel, predict who is calling, predict why he's calling, predict why she is calling, predict who is calling, recording system, call prediction, digital customer experience, all those things, all the various combination, contact center, call center, customer care, business support, all those various combination.
How many or you have used here?
There are many, or there are many, and this is Boolean, a proper example. If I have to give what nested search can do. So
Hmm.
let
This
me
is
just copy.
amazing. Yeah, just we're
Okay,
curious to know.
162. So let me just remove this and put this search. So it's digesting. It's lengthy search, right? So LinkedIn also taking time to digest. So 162 to 1000 plus. And that's what the nested search can do for you. That's as simple. Even in free version of LinkedIn or in a paid version of LinkedIn. where is 162 and where is 1000 plus. And that's how I was able to hire this person.
So how
Shiv,
many people have you reached out, Shiv, out of this
I reached
1K?
out almost everyone.
Okay. And to close this position, like, how many interviews you have conducted?
We conducted around how many? 67, not many.
That's all.
That's it.
Okay.
Shiv, in this search, I can see that there is no, you have given space before and after or in the paid version
It
of
is LinkedIn Recruiter.
recruiter version.
So he's the one to whom I made a hire while I was at Twilio. And he's the one who was with Microsoft for about 22 years after completing his master's in from BITS Pilani in 1997. He joined Microsoft. He's the one mind behind Outlook. He's the one mind behind Skype. He's the one mind behind Teams. He's the one mind behind most of those products which we use today from Microsoft. Office 365, Workspace Search, Viva Insights, Modern Scheduling, Microsoft Booking, Microsoft Outlook, Office 365 Communication, 70 plus.
But was there a, keywords that we used is appearing here, Shiv?
Absolutely. And then that's 1997 from Birla Institute of BITS Pilani. He has completed. And since then, he was with Microsoft. And that's how we were able to get this person, head of products.
And how did you get the number, Shiv?
I reached out.
Reached
I
out
sent
on
him,
email.
like, if it is visible to me, now he's in my first degree connection. I connected all those things I've done. Even last week also, I was pinging him. Vartanan Filio director. So even we are still in touch. Hey Vartanan, how are you doing? Hope all is well. Just want to tell you hi. By the way, this is Shiv Kumar Gudam here. I was your recruiter while I was at Filio. So that magic and actually a nested search can create for you. And definitely engagement part is also there. That will take it later. On a LinkedIn part, when we do a LinkedIn session, we'll take on an engagement part too. But otherwise, I'll just take a pause. I'll come back, and my question is again same. Any doubts, any confusion on how do we use nested search and how powerful the nested searches are?
So, Shiv, I have a question. I recently started working on EMEA Rex, Poland and Ireland. There is a very, very limited pool availability for a particular
Give
skills.
keywords. Try converting those keywords to Polish language or
Okay.
Netherlands language, Dutch language, and search. Because those people are very patriotic. They won't write their resumes in English. I started my social media sourcing in 2013 while I was at Capgemini, and sourcing from European countries was my first project, and that's where I learned all these techniques. Most of the techniques of X-ray searches, data mining, data mining, then language changing search, API means location changing, VPN changing searches, all those things you have to use that trick while you're searching from Poland or Germany or Netherlands, because they're very patriotic. They don't write even resumes in the English. Even if you see their LinkedIn profiles also, most of the profiles you won't see in the English. You'll see in the Polish language or Dutch language or German language.
And it's very incomplete. It's difficult to find out they are working on such skills or not.
It's like that. So instead of writing this string, so like this,
Say one quick point here. What I found, they focus on skills rather than titles.
okay, so let me do this. Not detect, I'll say translate. Okay, so Poland. So this is in English, this is in Polish.
Okay.
One question here. We have to retain the OR here instead of LUB.
Instead of
It has converted OR into LUB. So we have to retain OR.
or we
Or,
have to retain. Yeah,
yeah.
or we have to retain. Let's try for a simplest string once. So let's take this one and go to LinkedIn, home, Java. People, filter, filter. And again, most of the people are not in a network. So expect very less results. First, you have to build a network in that location. That any which is will cover when we come to the this thing.
Hmm.
So 26,000 with English keywords. So let's convert same English keyword to this. Instead of LUB, let's use R.
What happen if we say LUB only? It won't take it.
Mhm. So this was planned because Polish has changed their language on the profiles, but LinkedIn has
LinkedIn,
not changed the
correct.
language of operators. So 26 with that, and let's see in case if we have something with this. One, that's surprising. Mm. But similarly, use the same technique, it will work. So
I think if you change Java also in Polish, the results might increase.
let's remove this Java. JAWA. That's kind of a surprising, but you'll have to search in their languages for sure. So Polish, German, and Netherlands. Many European countries try searching in their own language also. You'll get a better results.
Any other suggestion to filter out?
Do a Google search. A lot of Google search. LinkedIn, you cannot depend only on LinkedIn. You have to do a lot of Google search. I used to get profiles from deep web mining only. Very less from LinkedIn, but more from deep web mining
Okay.
by using in URL, CV, in URL, resume, all those kind of words.
I
They are
also tried with one person who's in our company and using his connection, similar connection thing. But it didn't give much results.
because their pool itself is very less. They're not much active on LinkedIn. You can use Zing. Zing is pretty active over there. You can use on Zing also.
Okay.
XING.
ZIN. Sorry?
XING.
XING. Okay.
This one. Zing is a LinkedIn for Polish countries. You can use that. XING. All right. So I'll come there later. But any further doubts on this part on how to build a nested searches? Are we good? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah, we are good. Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
So we'll disconnect the call. Let this be a different recording altogether so that it will be there for your reference. And then after this, we'll start with LinkedIn. We'll take a quick 10 minutes of break and we'll be back by 12:45. All right.
Yes, Chef.
Meanwhile, I'll just capture this here.
So,
The
Shiv, I just have a
huh,
question here. Like, how many sessions are pending apart from this session now? Just to sum up with this overall
many,
classes.
but we'll try to complete. Don't worry. We'll go with the slow pace only. We'll go with the
Yeah,
proper
yeah.
understanding pace only. But
Yes,
we'll
yes.
try to see maximum within first week of October. We are closing on.
Okay, okay, sure. Thank you.
Let me stop the recording first.